Good day, beloved. Good day. I'm excited, because we are, as I said last week, we're getting closer to the end of season one. Last week, we talked about specifically, we had talked about Jacob and we talked about his lineage, and we specifically talked about his son Joseph and the spiritual significance of his dreams, right? The spiritual significance of his dreams. And so, as we close out Genesis, and this is going to close out our season. We close out season one with Genesis before we move over into Exodus. But today we are going to talk about the 12 sons, right? Joseph's 12 sons. Okay, they represent the tribes of Israel. Remember, Jacob's name has been changed to Israel. So these are the 12 sons of Israel, or the 12 tribes. So this episode is the 12 sons, sacred tribes, and divine attributes. Okay, so we're going to explore the spiritual significance of these 12 sons, the spiritual significance of Joseph's 12 sons. Again, not, just as historical tribes, but also as divine attributes within consciousness. Okay, this is a metaphysical approach to these different stories in the Bible. I wish I could, specifically now with season one, Genesis, wish I could, go more further into depth, but I'm working on the technology. And so hopefully soon, we have certain technology in place, and have a crisper sound, but also we'll be able to delve a little deeper into metaphysical Bible study. So, as we always want to make sure that we have a safe container, we remember how to do that. We want to center ourselves and, do deep breathing, begin to create this safe container, this sacred space, okay? Breathe out all the negativity, breathe in positivity, breathe in the creative nature that we are, okay, that you are. So take a deep breath in, hold it, and breathe it out slowly. Once again, take a deep breath in, feel your diaphragm, breathe out slowly. Breathe in that positivity, breathe in all the goodness of the universe, breathe it in, and then let go of everything, all the negativity, the things that no longer serve you. Breathe it out. This is a safe container. This is a sacred space as we, continue to connect with Source. We're always connected to Source, remember. So we want to look at, so there's 12 sons. So we look at 12 as a pattern. 12 as a pattern. The number 12, the sacred number 12, right, which generally symbolizes perfection. It symbolizes perfection, completeness, or cosmic order. Okay, and across many cultures and religions, 12 is often associated with a whole unit, and it's due to the connection with 12 months in the year, 12 hours in the clock, and the concept of a dozen, which we see here in the Bible. We know that Yeshua has 12 disciples, and these are the 12 tribes or 12 sons of Israel. So the number 12 is sacred. It is complete and divine government. It is perfect spiritual order. Okay, it is consciousness structure. So as we understand, that all these different we've come across the different states of man, different renditions of man from Adam on through all, those generations are different states of consciousness. And as we get here and we have these 12 sons, they represent, this structure or this perfection of consciousness. It is a universal pattern. Okay. 12, again, is a universal pattern. 12 months in a year, 12 hours on the clock, right? 12, 12, 12. And 12, again, it, is not just, completeness, right? It is also, and divine governance. It is the organization, we did talk about that, of consciousness, okay? These 12 sons, okay, these 12 tribes, but specifically these 12 sons, they represent attributes, okay? They represent attributes in consciousness. They represent these, how can I say, attributes within consciousness, do it that way, okay? So we have the firstborn son, which is Reuben. Reuben is the first son, and it represents seeing or vision consciousness, okay? Seeing, or let's say vision consciousness, right? First awakening, initial sight, divine recognition, and the beginning of awareness, So Reuben, which is the first son, is vision consciousness, okay? Vision consciousness. Simeon, which is the second son, is hearing or listening, okay? Hearing or listening consciousness. It represents divine receptivity, sacred attention, wisdom reception, and inner hearing, which means as we go deep inside through meditation, right? It is this inner hearing that when we really hear the voice of God, okay? I often say it that prayer is us talking, but meditation is us listening. This is our divine hearing or our inner hearing. So Simeon represents listening. And the third son, which is Levi is connection, okay? Or priesthood, priesthood, okay? It is divine service. So we know that through that tribe, the priest, right, evolve. So the third son, Levi, is priesthood, divine service, sacred joining, spiritual connection, and holy purpose, right? We are all priests, okay? We all have this priesthood, right? Or this priestly consciousness within each of us, okay? Within each of us. So Judah is fourth, and I know a lot of folk in church, they know Judah as praise, right? Praise, okay? So Judah represents praise or leadership, okay? Praise or leadership. It is divine recognition, sacred authority, spiritual kingship, right? And I don't mean kingship with a gender bias. I don't mean that at all. Okay, so leadership, kingship, queenship, whichever, but spiritual leadership, spiritual queenship, kingship, okay? And consciousness rule. That's the fourth son, Judah, or the fourth consciousness, okay? Or the fourth attribute. Dan is the fifth, and Dan means judgment or discernment. Divine discrimination. We have to use, in order to specifically be able to navigate through this spiritual plane, through through the world, through all the haziness, all the foolishness, all the everything that goes on with the world. We have to be able to use divine discernment or divine discrimination. Okay, and so it's divine discrimination, um, sacred choice, truth recognition, and wisdom application. So it's one thing to have knowledge. It's another thing to have wisdom. We all, per our perspective and point of view, we have a truth, our truth, but it is, being able to recognize the truth. Recognize the truth. Okay, so that is Dan, the fifth son, or fifth attribute. The sixth son, Naphtali. Naphtali means freedom and move, freedom and move, freedom and movement. It's divine expression. Okay, divine expression. So, as we able to, express, and then so there's different types of movement, right? Different types of movement, that is our divine expression of sacred flexibility. Okay, sacred flexibility, spiritual agility, and consciousness freedom. So it is freedom. Okay, we are moving to the rhythm of the universe. When we are moving through to this our spiritual connection, there is movement. Okay, and we know that there's constant movement that's represented in the Bible. But this is divine expression. Divine and freedom of movement. Freedom of movement. I heard something to say that's like, what is it? I can't even think of it. That's as though the world is watching, or just basically, you're free to dance. Okay, and God, which is the seventh son, it means victory or overcoming. Victory or overcoming. It is divine strength, sacred triumph, spiritual warrior. Right? God is that spiritual warrior. It is consciousness master. Right? It is that level of mastery in consciousness where you're able to triumph over true adversity. You are a spirit. This is your spirit at war, or your spirit being able to go to war. This spiritual warrior, that's God. It's overcoming and victory. Asher, which is the eighth son. Okay, eighth son means happiness and blessing. Happiness and blessing. This is divine joy. Divine joy. Right. This is sacred satisfaction, spiritual delight, and abundance consciousness. Abundance consciousness. Remember, that really the fall, or what happens in the garden, is that we, lose our abundance consciousness. We begin to concentrate on the lack. And that is the trick. That's the trick that is being still used and utilized in this world, especially this country. Right? Is always concentrating on the lack, that, somebody else is responsible for you not having, right? That is one of the things that is used to separate us. But we have to understand, that there is abundance in the universe, right? And we have access to it. So this is Asher, right? Happiness and blessing. Happiness, divine joy, and abundance consciousness. Then Issachar, which is the ninth son, right? This ninth attribute means divine labor or study, right? Divine labor and study. I don't know, a lot of times labor or something that's laborious doesn't seem like It's fun, but it's definitely necessary. This level of labor and study, right? Study to show thyself approved. But, you want to study, okay? And in a way that you develop sacred knowledge, okay? Issachar is wisdom seeking, okay? And we're talking spiritual labor, okay? It says in the Bible there, it says that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. It's because, we have not developed, a lot of us have not developed this spiritual attribute, which is Issachar, represented by Issachar, which, this spiritual labor. And this is understanding development. This is really, really, truly trusting the process. So that's Issachar, right? Issachar, divine labor and study. That's the ninth attribute or ninth son. The 10th son is Zebulun, and it is conscious. Is dwelling or commerce, okay? Dwelling or commerce, okay? Divine exchange, okay? Sacred dwelling. And I know a lot of times, we, for whatever reason, we've been taught that commerce, or, really focusing on commerce, the sale of goods and services, the movements of goods and services, barter, whatever it is, that represents commerce, we've been, told to shy away from it. But this 10th consciousness, or this 10th attribute, is commerce and dwelling. It means, that in a dwelling that we occupy, right? We occupy this state of consciousness, which is divine exchange, sacred dwelling, spiritual commerce, and manifestation consciousness. Okay? So, we are creators. We are co-creators, and we're supposed to, be able to manifest things. We begin to tap into, the concept of creation, which takes place in another realm, so that those things that we create manifest in this realm. Okay, they manifest in this. So that's Zebulun, and we come to Joseph. We talked about Joseph as a dreamer. Joseph, as the 11th son, represents increase and fruitfulness. Right? So as we labor, as we do all these things that we develop, through this level of consciousness, through, divine exchange and sacred dwelling and spiritual commerce, we get to what? Fruitfulness. We get to increase. This, is divine multiplication. And that's how Source operates, multiplication, right? So Joseph represents fruitfulness, increase, divine multiplication, sacred development, spiritual growth, and consciousness expansion. So now, we continue to expand our consciousness. We continue to expand our consciousness through Joseph, right? This 11th stage of consciousness, this 11th spiritual attribute, okay? And now there is a younger son, remember, a younger brother, which is Benjamin, right? Benjamin, which is the 12th son, or the 12th attribute, means son of right hand, right? Son of right hand, or power. So Benjamin represents power. It is 12, which is divine completion. And we talked about, what 12, the number 12 represents the completion, and how it is a cosmic number. And so Benjamin represents this power or this divine completion, this sacred, this spiritual fulfillment, okay, and this wholeness, this consciousness wholeness. That is Benjamin, okay? That is Benjamin. So now we have gone and we've touched on these 12 levels of consciousness, or these 12 attributes that are represented by the 12 tribes or the 12 sons of Israel. And so, how do we, with this knowledge, okay, with this knowledge, how do we apply it, right? What is the practical application of, these 12 attributes, okay? So, we have to recognize, the pattern, okay? Recognize the pattern, right? So we go from, the first son, right, through the 12th son, and this is all developing pattern. We recognize that. We see that the 12 attributes, these are 12 attributes within consciousness. 12 attributes within consciousness, and this is divine order manifestation. So now, as we move through these 12 attributes within consciousness, there is divine order begins to manifest. Divine order begins to manifest, and this is sacred integration practice. So all of these we have to integrate, right? They have to be integrated in order for it to be a completeness of consciousness, or in order for there to be sacred power or divine completion. You have to integrate them all. Integrate all 12, and this is a complete development. So we study these attributes, each of these attributes, right? We study each one of them, right? We find out where we are. We begin to build on those attributes so we can develop and move towards the next attribute, okay? Until we our consciousness has been completed, okay? This completeness. So, it's daily. All this is daily. It is daily. Okay. In the morning, we want to focus on an attribute. Okay, focus on the attribute, and then we select a daily tribe. We select a daily tribe or quality or attribute. We select it, okay, and then we activate the consciousness. We activate the consciousness. We create sacred space, and we begin to focus on that attribute, that quality, right? And we activate the consciousness. We connect to on a spiritual level. And then, when we connect to it on a spiritual level, and we have this experience, but through the connection, we want to apply it. Okay? We want to apply it to how we move through the day. We want to apply it, to, where we are, on, not just the spiritual plane, but also on this natural plane. And we want to note the development. Make a note of our development. Make a note of your development, because we want to move to divine completeness. Okay? Make a note. Keep notes. And then we want to be, continue to integrate, right? Integrate this. Remember, it takes an integration of all 12, right, in order for us to, have this cosmic connection, this cosmic completion. Okay, so we want to balance all of it. It is all about balance. We want to balance all of the qualities. So picture, if you will, there's 12 of them, and picture a scale, and there's 12, there's 6, and there's 6, and we have this balancing going on. So we want to make sure that we are balancing all of the quadrants, okay? And recognize the patterns, recognize when we're at one state or one attribute, may be manifesting or may be showing or may be it is more dominant, than the other, to put it that way. And we want to recognize, those patterns, okay? And we want to continue to build to completeness, continue to build towards completeness, right? And maintain order. Maintain that balance. Maintain the balance, okay? Maintain the balance. So, we want to, begin to utilize this in our personal development. Utilize this into our personal development. Identify which are the stronger attributes. Which attribute is stronger or the strongest? Okay, and so when we identify that, then we want to begin to develop, the weaker aspects. Okay, develop the weaker attributes. Okay, and again, it is about balance. It is about maintaining order. It is about daily daily activation. It is about consistency. Okay, it is about consistency, and if we maintain our consistency, if we live each day, start every morning with intent, right? Set an intent to work on these attributes, right? Develop each attribute, and then if we do that, then we can achieve and create wholeness. Okay, we can achieve and create wholeness. Well, okay. So now, as we close out this episode, want to just begin to breathe, begin to meditate, begin to center ourselves. Okay, close your eyes and focus. You see a bright light, a golden globe, a golden orb, right? That is levitating, or it's in the center, right? Where your pineal gland, where your third eye, okay? I want you to visualize that golden orb. Visualize that light, okay? Maintain your breathing, deep breathing. Concentrate. See that light. See the light. Begin to feel each attribute. Recognize which attribute is the strongest. And let's concentrate there. Okay? Let's concentrate. All right? See that orb. Continue to breathe. Maintain your focus. Feel these 12 powers. Okay? Feel these 12 powers. Feel these 12 powers. Feel these 12 attributes. Feel these 12 levels of consciousness. This movement. Feel them activate within you. Feel them creating divine order. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maintain your focus. See these 12 powers. Feel these 12 powers. Feel them as they activate within you. They're creating divine order. And they're manifesting completion. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Breathe out slowly. So that ends this episode, beloved. I want to just continue to wish you the blessings of the universe, that you will continue to develop these attributes, that you will continue striving to stay connected and continue to connect with Source. Until next episode, peace, love, and light.